Okay, so something's missing here. Let me tell you why. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. How y'all doing? Doing okay? I'm doing okay too, thanks. Let's talk about this Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I had the phone for just about a month and was really on the fence about a lot of aspects surrounding this phone. I liked it better than most Samsung devices that I'd used in the past, almost to the point of deciding to switch it to my main phone. Almost to the point. Let me tell you what sort of stuck in my craw. First, I want to talk about some of what Samsung got right. Biometrics. First time I could use the fingerprint scanner, I could use the Face ID thing, I could use all that stuff, so that was great. The screen was pretty freaking amazing, as all Samsung phones are. Always. No problems there. The build was beautiful and excellent. It was a lovely phone. This was the most mature phone I had personally seen from Samsung, and I've used just about every S device since the Samsung Captivate. So they're really dialing it in. And as I said, I was so close to switching it over to my main everyday phone. Even the Samsung experience wasn't all that bad, although I did switch to Nova Launcher after a couple of weeks. Let's get to what they got wrong. And now, any one of these things, well, maybe one of them, but any one of these things wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker about any phone. But in this case, the three of these things together were kind of the murderer's row of what killed this device for me. So first off, and I know everybody's going to complain, Bixby button. Folks said, oh, you got to try it out. You got to use it more. I did try. And Bixby can do some cool stuff, but I just don't like to talk to my phone. And I don't like that there is a dedicated button that would allow me to talk to my phone. The Bixby button was sort of exactly as it has been. It's a feature of a phone that nobody asked for, nobody wants, and everybody hates. Well, maybe not everybody, but the majority of people that I've talked to are kind of annoyed by the Bixby button, and so there, Bixby button, number one reason why I returned the phone. It's not just that the button was there, it's that Samsung insists on having it there when there's another perfectly good mobile assistant available right there. I don't like it, even when I turned off the button so it didn't do anything unless you did a long press. It was still annoying because I would never hit the volume button. So Bixby, number one. Number two, and this is going to surprise some people, it's kind of surprised me, but the camera. The camera was a little bit weird to me, and it may just be my use cases. I am never typically in a very well-lit place. So most of my photos are low-light photos, and there was just something about the way this camera handled the low-light photos that I could not deal with. I'm gonna, sort of roll some across the screen here so you can get a sense, and I'm gonna put some Samsung S9 Plus photos up against some iPhone 10 photos. And the iPhone 10 photos were, for me, just a little bit more cohesive. They had a little bit more detail. They looked a little bit better to me. The camera did take some really great pictures in good light. But again, as I say, unless I'm going out to specifically take pictures, I do not ever find myself in good light. I mean, even here, it's a struggle because this is mostly really dark. So I've got two giant lights on either side of me. On top of that, the freaking selfie camera. I don't know if it was my phone. I don't know if it's the fact that I don't know how to take selfies, but every selfie that I took, and I only took a few because I don't take selfies either, the selfie camera looked like friggin' dog do. I just don't get it. Again, could be user error, but I don't think so, because my wife took some selfies on her S7 Edge, and they looked great. Mine looked awful. I know that there's going to be a lot of you out there who say, well, the camera's freaking great. It's the best camera ever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it is for some people. For me, not so much. The iPhone looked better to me. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but that's the case. The last and most important thing that Samsung did not get right with this phone, let me hear it from you. I know you all know it. Battery life. Even with the bigger battery on the S9 Plus, I found myself struggling to get through a day sometimes. Sometimes it would be a super champion, like 67% by 7 o'clock or something. Some days it would be 50% by 3 o'clock. I could not figure out what was going on because I went past the sort of honeymoon phase where you're using the phone all the time and so you kill the battery, and it got better. But then there were those times, several days over the course of a week, where it would just sort of take a nosedive and tank. I can't use a phone like that. I just can't. Samsung has got to figure out something about their batteries, whether it's they need to be bigger, whether it's they need to, I don't know. I don't know what they need to do, but they're the people making the phone. They got to figure it out, because I have to be able to rely on the phone that I'm using to be there when I need it to use it. If I can't, then that trust thing doesn't happen. And I need to trust my phone. My iPhone 10 has always been a trooper. iPhones in general have always been solid on the battery life. And it's only on Android phones that I find myself really struggling. And this Samsung device, while better than some, it's not enough for me to make it my daily phone. Okay? My final thoughts about the Galaxy S9/S9 Plus. It's a really good phone. It's probably the best phone that Samsung has made. But just those few crucial elements. I mean, I loved the biometrics giving me all those options. I loved the build of it. I loved just using it in general was a pleasure until Bixby, camera, battery. If I've got 3 things that are really bothering me about a phone, it can't compete for the top spot in my pocket. Just can't. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What's your Galaxy S9-ish experience been? I'm looking forward to the Note 9. If the Note 9 has a better battery and maybe whatever's going on with the selfie camera is fixed and the Bixby button is finally gone, then the Note 9 might be the perfect phone. It has an opportunity to be my favorite phone if they do everything they did with the S9 Plus, only in the Note. It's gonna have to have at least a 4,000 milliamp hour battery for me to even consider it. Now, of course I will get one to review for the channel. Of course I will. However, I'm rooting for Samsung to come up with a phone that really solves all the problems that I've had with their phones for so long and makes me really think about taking the iPhone out of my pocket and putting the Samsung device in. Thanks very much for being here. If it's your first time here, please think so much about subscribing and liking. And if you like this video, please share it out to other people so other people can know the wisdom that is the JTL, the Painfully Honest Tech. If you've been here before, same thing goes for you. Share out. I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. You've always been. And for you haters out there, what am I going to say? I love you too. My name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Yeah! Until the next time, I'm out.